And now we're talking with Michael Gregory with Express Sunrooms of Charleston. How are you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great, Tim. Thanks.
Good. Michael, take a moment and tell our listeners all about Express Sunrooms of Charleston.
Well, we're a full service design build company that focuses on outdoor living spaces. Obviously, we do sunrooms, but we do other products, screen porches, decks, patio covers, pergolas, hardscapes, awnings, any type of outdoor living space. That's our niche. That's our specialty.
Gotcha. And I've interviewed you many times over the years, and one of the things that I've always found to be a little surprising and really kind of sets Express Sunrooms apart from other contractors is are you still not requiring any payment until the project is finished?
Yeah, that's our company's built around what we call our 10 trust points. And that's one of our trust points, that there's no down payment, there's no deposit, there's no money up front. You can basically give us the thumbs up and say, hey, let's do this project. And we'll take care of the permitting, the engineering, ordering the materials, and getting out there and building that project. And when we're done, you give us the thumbs up and say, I love it. Then that's when we get paid. Now, there may be an exception if it was something crazy, kind of a custom ordered item, but other than that, that's correct. No down payment, no deposit, no money up front.
Well, that's impressive, and there's not a lot of contractors that operate that way. But I'm sure it keeps Express Sunrooms honest in terms of always wanting to provide the best product and service, and because you know that. You want to get paid at the end, and you only want to get paid if you have a happy customer. So that's very impressive.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of homeowners do say, or is a deciding factor in going with us over maybe someone else in the area, is that they can have that trust to know, hey, I have no risk involved here. I can go with these guys, and when I'm happy, that's when I'm going to pay for it. And, when I'm happy, I don't mind paying for it. So, yeah, it's been a great thing for us.
So Express Sunrooms, you folks obviously do sunrooms, screen porches, pergolas, patio covers, patios themselves. And did I leave anything out?
Well, we do awnings, we do motorized screens, hardscapes is a big part of our business nowadays. So really, again, when you're standing in that backyard and you think outdoor living, we want you thinking of Express Sunrooms.
Gotcha. Well, let's talk about hardscapes for a second, because the weather's getting nicer, people are spending more time outdoors. And tell our listeners, first of all, they may not be familiar with that term hardscape. What is a hardscape, and what types of hardscape projects can Express Sunrooms of Charleston help folks with?
Okay, so first, any type of hardscape project is up our alley. And when you say the word hardscape, you're right, a lot of folks don't know what that means, but when you say the word paver patio, they basically know. So yeah, paver patios, pool decks are often hardscape projects, driveways, walkways, outdoor kitchens, fire pits or fireplaces. Any of those are really fall under the umbrella of hardscape. So if you think everyone knows a concrete patio, advantages and disadvantages of concrete, your next step up from that would be a hardscape, like a paver patio, which coincidentally is also made with concrete, but a totally different application.
Does Express Sunrooms pour concrete patios and so forth?
Yeah, we sure do. Concretes are involved in a lot of projects. You may be building a screen porch or patio cover, and you want a concrete pad out back. That's going to sit on or off to the side that you're going to use as a grilling area. But hardscapes have really started taking over the foundation side of an outdoor living project. The hardscapes, it looks much better. It's much more functional. And, the one thing about concrete, it's not a matter of if it will ever crack. It's a matter of when. At some point, that's probably going to take place. With paver patios, that kind of eliminates that, because the pavers can move and can be fixed very, very easily. So,
Well, what kind of trends are you seeing with regards to hardscapes that Express Sunrooms can help homeowners with?
Well, it's funny. Hardscapes is kind of a seasonal business. In the summer, we do a lot of pool decks, driveways, walkways, outdoor kitchens. But as you go into the cooler months, the fall months, we end up doing a lot more paver patios because people want to spend time out there. But in the middle of the summer, it might be too hot to sit out on a paver patio. Sitting walls, retaining walls, fire pits. People love sitting around fire pits at night in the fall, especially in Charleston, because our fall and winter months are super nice. Fireplaces are also a popular item. And probably the biggest thing that a lot of homeowners will miss, but once they get it, they'll love it forever, and that is lighting around their paver patios. So when you take that paver patio and you put lighting out there, it becomes, number one, the space is more defined. There's more of an ambiance there. You just feel like, gosh, I want to stay out here all night long. So lighting is a big trend, especially going in the fall, because our days are shorter. So you can get out there, right after work. You can go out there at 6 o'clock, and it's already dark outside, and you want to be able to spend that time. So,
yeah, especially I don't know about you, but I love watching football outdoors, and if you don't have an area, an outdoor living area to do that, you need one, and it's part of the great thing about living in Charleston is you can use that outdoor living space year round if you happen to have a nice breeze that comes through, and especially in the fall, winter, and spring. That's when people really want to use their outdoor living areas. What should people pay attention to when talking to contractors about installing hardscapes in their backyard or front yard?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think most homeowners have heard the term, hey, are they licensed? Are they bonded? Are they insured? And you hear that advice over and over and over when it comes to hiring a contractor, because it's great advice. You don't want to deal with a company that's not licensed, is not bonded or insured. But when it comes to hardscapes, there are a few other boxes that really need to be checked. For example, two of the big brands of pavers or hardscapes in our area is Lowcountry Paver and Belgard Pavers. They have a certification program that they will take contractors through to make sure that they have the knowledge, expertise, and experience to install their products correctly and allow them as the manufacturer to stand behind that install. So Express Sunrooms has that. We're certified installers for Lowcountry Paver and Belgard. And then probably one of the biggest ones is the CMHA. Now, most people don't know what that means, but it's the Concrete Masonry and Hardscape Association. They have a certification course that businesses and their employees and management can go through. Very few people have that in Charleston. We do have that one. That's a really good indication that you're dealing with a top-notch company. And that's not just us, but any company that has that certification. It's certainly something to be proud of, and it's something that you as a homeowner can put a lot of faith in. And then outside of that, just because somebody does paver patios doesn't mean that they're a great hardscape expert. You want to look at some of their projects that they've done and make sure that they've done those they're not pictures off the internet. And you want to find a project that's very similar to the one you're doing so that hey, these guys do have that experience. They're licensed, they're bonded, they're insured, they're certified. I'm dealing with a very reputable company and going in the right direction. So.
How do you bring up those topics to a hardscape contractor that you're talking with? It sounds like you could bring that up to Express Sunrooms of Charleston, and your people aren't going to have any hesitation with being able to provide those facts to the customer.
Yeah, I think, first when you're meeting with that contractor and you're kind of getting to know them, and you're probably mostly focused on the design. You're wanting to find out, hey, this is what we'd like to do. What kind of ideas do you have and stuff? And once you've kind of settled in on that a little bit, you just want to ask them those 4 or 5 questions. Are you guys licensed, bonded, and insured. And if they say yes, say, hey, would you mind providing me a copy of your license, your bond, and your insurance there? And then, are you certified? You can also check with the manufacturer. So, for example, Belgard or Lowcountry Paver, you can go right to them and say, hey, can you tell me a contractor in my area that is a certified installer? And they'd be more than happy to provide you with, 2 or 3 different contractors that you can use to compare with. And then you can also look up licensing online. So there's definitely ways you can do it, whether you want to ask them directly or you want to find out before they ever come to your home.
Well, there's an expression, cheap can be expensive, and that's something you want to avoid. Is you think you're working with what a lot of people call trunk slammers. They're the guys that are just driving around with a pickup truck and might not have all of those different certifications and so forth, and then they install your project, and you find out a couple years later that they've gone out of business, and you can't find them because it turns out your pavers have shifted a little bit, and you want them to come back and you can't. So that's really good advice, Michael. And how can folks get more information about Express Sunrooms of Charleston?
Well, you can find us online, obviously, expresssunrooms.com, our website. You can look at any of our social media. We're on all the social media channels. So pretty much if you go online looking for a hardscape contractor or an outdoor living specialist to build something in your backyard, you should be able to find us pretty easy. You can also call our office, 843-501-0036. Or we actually have a design center located up in the Somerville-Ladson area, right off of I-26. You're welcome to stop in the design center, take a look at all the different products and types of projects that we build, and meet with one of the design consultants as well.
That's great. And you can always find Express Sunrooms of Charleston within the pages of Charleston Home Design Magazine and on charlestonhomeanddesign.com. We've been talking with Michael Gregory with Express Sunrooms of Charleston. Thanks so much, Michael.
Oh, thanks a lot, Tim. Have a great day.